Alright, what is going on today, guys? A little something special. I just got a new camera. It's a Lumix G7. So, it has a 1442 millimeter stock lens, which isn't bad. I mean, it's nothing great. It's an f3.5 to 5.6, I believe. So, I mean, way better than an iPhone, but nothing like insane. So, that's why it's an interchangeable camera lens. I also got this. It's a 25 millimeter f1.7. So, it's going to really get that like blurred out background, really sharp look on what you're focusing on, so I could get really cinematic with some workout edits. So that should be pretty sweet. But anyways, guys, we're going to change the new camera in 3, 2, 1. What's going on? There it is. That is the new lens. This is just the normal stock lens, 3.5 to 5.6. So yeah, I mean, pretty nice for vlogging. It's really getting that like nice little blurred background look. But I mean, obviously better than iPhone, but nothing like this other lens that I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. Going to get really cinematic with some edits. But anyways, guys, yes, this is the new camera. I'm excited. The YouTube game should be getting stepped up. It's a little bit heavy to hold, but it's not like that bad. So, I mean, I've been holding it for like a minute, but it's not that bad. It's doable. So, yeah, guys, really looking forward to the new YouTube game. I got to work on my editing a little bit. But footage-wise, it's going to look way better. So anyways, guys, today we are going to be training a push day. So that's going to be a little bit later. But first things, I wanted to talk about how to cut. Because, I mean, it's about the middle of winter right now. But I know a lot of people are like, you know, they got that in the back of their mind. Cutting for the spring, maybe spring break. I'm going to be doing that. But I mean, summer, it's right around the corner. So a lot of people might not know. I'm going to share my tips and what I keep in the back of my head while I'm worrying about cutting and getting shredded. So we're going to change the new lens right now. I'm going to sit down and then have like a little conversation. I wrote some tips out on my phone, so I'm going to get my phone out and we're going to share those with you guys. Alright guys, there you have it. That is the f1.7 25mm lens, super blurred out background. But anyways, guys, so I want to talk. My white monster here. I want to talk about how you cut. How I cut. My tips, tricks. Just things to get people started. Like I said, summer's around the corner. Maybe you want to get shredded for spring break. Maybe you're just a little overweight. You want to get shredded in general. So, first things first, I want to talk about the way to lose weight. It's not like eat healthy. It's not eat on a certain diet, cut out carbs, cut out fat. What it is, it's being in a caloric deficit, right? So, that's number one. Theoretically, if your caloric maintenance is 3,000 calories, you can eat 2,700 calories of straight chocolate. You're going to lose weight because you're 300 calories under your caloric maintenance. So literally, doesn't matter about macros, doesn't matter about what you eat, doesn't matter about if you go on a no carb diet, no fat diet. It literally only depends on calories. So that leads me to my first tip. Make sure you're in a caloric deficit. Find out what your maintenance is. There's calculators online you could use. You type in like your activity level, your weight, gender, height, and it'll give you like an estimate of your caloric maintenance. And then I recommend, what I've done in the past is you go download MyFitnessPal, right? So that is an app, and what you can do with that is you can track your calories, you can track your macros, you can set goals, you can put in exercise, what I usually don't do, but you can if you want. And yeah, it's really, really, really useful, guys. Make sure you're staying on track. So if your caloric maintenance, I'm going to just use 3,000 calories because that's pretty standard, like especially if you're a male. Caloric maintenance is 3,000 calories. Put in 2,700 as your goal, and the app will keep you on track. You can track your breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinner, everything. So definitely use that. If you want to get very serious about it, buy yourself a little scale. I've had scales before I've used for shredding in the summer. It's definitely like very useful if you want to get super accurate with what you're doing. So you just put it in grams, and then you could put how many grams of oatmeal you had right into the app, and it'll put the exact amount of calories you had. So that's getting really pinpoint with it. I recommend that if you want to get serious. If you're not that serious about it, don't worry about it, just guesstimate on the app. I mean, I know I've gotten pretty stressed out about weighing food. It sometimes gets a little like too much. Sometimes you'd rather just not even eat rather than go waste your time weighing food. But definitely recommend it if you want to get serious about it, guys. So, second of all, I want to talk about supplements. One supplement I definitely use and recommend for shredding, weight loss, turning fat into like more muscle, carnitine. Definitely recommend it, guys. It is put in a lot of fat burners. It's a supplement in a lot of fat burners. So L-carnitine to be exact. But yeah, you can go online, you can go on Amazon. I buy it at Bulk Supplements. It's very useful, guys. What it does is it transports fatty acids into your mitochondria to use for energy. So when you're working out, rather than maybe dipping into like glycogen stores or something, it will help use fat molecules for energy. So theoretically, it's going to help burn off a little bit of fat. It's not a complete necessity for cutting, but I know a lot of people are into supplements and want to know, they want to get, the best possible thing. There is no magic supplement, but guys, I can tell you that this is going to help you out quite a bit. Not a necessity though, but that is my one supplement I'm definitely going to recommend for when you're cutting. Anyways, diets. So, like I said earlier, doesn't matter, carbs, fat, protein, like you shouldn't be going on no carb diets, no fat diets. It literally only depends on the caloric maintenance and being below that. So your caloric intake, you want to be in a deficit. That's all that matters. So don't be going on no carb diets, guys. That doesn't matter. Just caloric deficit, caloric deficit, caloric deficit. Get that in your head. As far as like intermittent fasting goes, I know a lot of people have done that. I've tried that in the past, guys. Personally, I don't recommend it, and here I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to use like an analogy here. I've heard this once before. I don't know where, but I didn't make it up. So let's put it in this perspective. So if there's construction workers, right, and they're building a wall, and you could use the wall as muscle, and then what are they building the wall with? Bricks. You could use the bricks as protein, right? So how do you get the wall up as fast as possible? How do you build muscle as fast as possible? Well, you need continuous brick flow so the construction workers can continue working and they never stop and they keep going, and it's always repairing the wall and building the wall back up, right? So let's use that in terms of diet, right? So if bricks is protein and you're doing an intermittent fasting where you're eating in a window for 8 hours and 16 hours you're fasted, right? Well, that's 16 hours. Those construction workers are not going to have any material to build the wall. So it's basically like they're just sitting there. There's no muscle protein synthesis going on. There's no muscle building going on. You're basically wasting your time. And then in the 8 hours that you are eating, you might be eating like 75, 100 gram protein meals because you're eating these huge giant meals to fill you up. Well, those construction workers aren't going to be able to go through that many bricks, that many protein in such a short amount of time. So you're not even using all the protein you're consuming in that small window. So it's really not worth it. So if you were to just stick it at like 5 meals a day, one every maybe 3 hours, maybe 30 grams of protein in one, 30 grams in the next, 30 grams in the next, you're continuously feeding those construction workers some brick to work with. So the wall is going to be continuously building. You're only going to be fasting when you're sleeping. For the majority of the day, the wall is going to be building back up. So it's just more muscle protein synthesis throughout the day. Definitely recommend not intermittent fasting. Guys, it's just, it might help you not eat as much food because you're giving yourself a small window, but it's not worth it in the long run because you're definitely going to burn more muscle than you want doing it. Definitely recommend going the harder route. Smaller, you don't have to go super small, maybe 5 meals a day, medium-sized meals, 30, 40 grams of protein in each. Those construction workers are going to be continuously building that wall. No stopping, a lot of muscle protein synthesis going on. So, yeah, that is another tip that I definitely recommend. Cardio-wise, guys, when you first start cutting, guys, you really don't need to incorporate cardio right away. It's more or less a tool for when you stop with your weight loss. So let's say I start off at 180 pounds. First week I lose 2 pounds. Second week I lose 1 pound. Third week I'll lose half a pound, and without any cardio. Fourth week comes rolling around, I lose like no pound. Fifth week, no pounds. That's when I want to start incorporating cardio, guys. It's not something you want to do right off the bat. It's something you want to utilize when you need to do it. All right, guys? So, like, don't just run right into cardio, run yourself to death every single day right at the beginning of your cut when you don't need to, all right? Another thing, don't change your training style. So, I know a lot of people are like, all right, I'm cutting. We're going to go higher reps. Way more volume, 15, 20 reps a set rather than your typical 8 to 12. Don't do that, guys. Weight training is weight training. Cardio is separate. You're not in the gym trying to burn as many calories as you can. You're weight training. You're building muscle. You're not going to try and fatigue your muscles just to get your heart rate increased by doing more reps. It's not the way to go, guys. Same training style. Lift heavy at times. Get your volume, 8 to 12 rep sets at times. Don't change anything. Utilize cardio when necessary. Cardio is for burning fat, burning calories. Weight training is for putting on muscles, not doing 15 to 20 reps while you're lifting weights. It's just not going to be optimal, all right? Another thing, caffeine, guys. Caffeine, I'm not going to tell you to go get addicted. Honestly, caffeine's not even that good for you. But as far as cutting weight goes, it's going to maybe spark the metabolism a little bit. And then it's also going to suppress your appetite. So, like I said, guys, not telling you to go start pounding energy drinks all day, but, a nice cup of coffee in the morning, spark that metabolism. A nice little pre-workout before working out isn't going to hurt you guys. So, yeah, it might suppress your appetite. You might not be super hungry after the gym. A protein shake might do it for you. Yeah, like I said, guys, don't get addicted, but little tip as far as suppressing the appetite, maybe sparking the metabolism a little bit. Nothing crazy though. Don't go overboard with the caffeine. Another tip here, guys, as far as macros goes, make sure your protein intake is your body weight, right? So don't go overboard with the protein. If you weigh 180 pounds, don't go 250 grams protein. You're not going to utilize it. You're honestly wasting your money because protein's pretty expensive in general, like meat and powders. It's way more expensive than eating freaking rice and potatoes. So yeah, guys, don't go overboard with the protein. 1 gram per pound of body weight, so you're not losing muscle while you're eating. So if I weigh 180 pounds, 180 grams of protein a day. Also, protein is harder to digest. It's going to take longer to digest. Metabolism is going to be working harder to digest that protein, and yeah, you're going to burn more calories digesting protein. So definitely protein is very, very useful while you're cutting. Make sure you get 1 gram per pound of body weight while you're cutting. And then, lastly, guys, we're going to talk about tight waists, right? This is a very common misconception with people who want abs, and they want, like that V-line and that tight, V-taper waist look going. Anyways here, so training your abs, guys, right? Abs are like any other muscle. You don't need to train them every day, only 2 to 3 times a week. The more you train abs, sure, the more prominent they may become, but don't go overboard with them, guys. Theoretically, big obliques, big abs, it's going to give you a bulky waistline. So abs are like any other muscle. The bigger they get, the bigger they're going to be. So if you have giant obliques and giant bulky looking abs, you might not have that skinny little waist look going. You might be like a little too bulked up. So like I said, I'm not telling you to not train abs at all, but don't train them every day, hard every day. It's not going to do you any good. 2 to 3 times a week, at the end of your workouts, maybe 10 minutes. That's all you need. That's all I do. It's going to keep, the abs looking like nice and prominent. It's not going to get you too bulky of a waist. So, yeah, it's going to give you that tight little waist look. And that's what we're going for, guys. The V-line, the wide, broad shoulder to back to the tight waist, that is the look you're going to want to go for the summer shreds. It's pretty alpha looking. For females, you got that hourglass figure. So, yeah. Those are my tips, guys, for cutting. I definitely recommend you try them out. Keep them in the back of your mind while you're cutting. It's definitely going to be worth it. So, go buy yourself some carnitine if you want. Drink some more caffeine. Don't go overboard with that. protein, use that. Don't do intermittent fasting, guys. Stick to, you know, 5 meals a day. And yeah, maybe use MyFitnessPal, weigh your foods, and abs only 2 times a week. Don't change that training style. Use cardio only when you need it. And I think that is it. So guys, I'm going to go work out pretty soon. I think. Maybe later, but we will catch you guys in the next clip. What's going on, guys? So we just got at the gym. As you can see, it's really late. Pretty busy day today. Yeah, we went to the airport, bought some flights, and just did a lot of homework. So we're about to go knock out this push day. We're gonna make a workout at it with you. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that gym edit. That is going to conclude the video today, guys. It is like 12:30 right now. I was in there for the longest time. So yeah, like definitely looking forward to going home and getting some sleep. But yeah, first time making a gym edit with the new camera. It's definitely going to look a lot sharper, cooler. More cinematic content's going to be dropping, guys. More vlogging. I've got a lot of time on my hands, new gear. So I'm looking very forward to this, guys. Anyways, drop a like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.